20 years ago, when I became a mom and adopted 2 amazing toddlers from foster care, I didn't have any view of business. I didn't have any view of success. I didn't have any view of passion or ideas. I simply knew that I told the judge I do as long as we all shall live, and those kids needed me. People say to me, Carrie, how do I have work-life balance? How do I pursue these massive goals and have balance? How do I not sacrifice this to get this? And I'm gonna tell you, balance is a myth.
Before you start that small business or online service, you need to listen to Carrie Wilkerson.
Carrie, hi, good morning.
Carrie Wilkerson!
If it's gospel, if it's medicine, if it's wellness, if it's weight, if it's hurt, heartbreak, breaking the chains, whatever it is, if you are hoarding it to yourself, shame on you.
You know, I think you have to be desperate enough. You have to be hungry enough. I started working for myself about 14 years ago after the adoption of my older 2 children. I didn't have a big idea to be a business owner. I didn't have a big passion for it, but I needed the paycheck, and I also wanted to be home with those kids.
My dad determined early on in his life that there was nothing he couldn't do. We walked into this house in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, and I remember my mom saying, "Oh, I like it, but where are we going to fit everyone?" My dad very confidently said, "I'm going to add a second story." He put a second story on our house. We watched him read these books and put it into action. What's your reason? What's your excuse? How can you find a way? That business model, that's making so much money for him. I need to do that. That method, that market. These are the temptations that we have, the shortcuts, the throw 10 grand at somebody to just make the magic happen. I think you stick with your skill sets, you stick with what you're educated in or what you've been paid to do in the past, and that will pay off for you more immediately than chasing the dollars that somebody else appears to be making. Stories about other people. She has more support than me. She has more money than me. She's prettier than me, smarter than me, more educated than me, less kids than me, more kids than me, less pregnant than me, more pregnant than me. She doesn't have the same job I have. Just because somebody else is doing well or making money in a certain arena or seems happy or content with what they're doing doesn't mean it's a good fit for you or your skill set or, even what you want to be doing. The beliefs you have about other people, the stories you're telling yourself, they are holding you back. We can make anything about anybody else into a story, and that becomes our belief. I don't get on stages so you can aspire to be like me. I am just a testament to the fact that remodeling and changing your story is a thing. It's a real thing, and I believe that for you.
Give it up for Carrie.